In this video, I'm going to show you how to unlock stiff, achy hips for instant pain relief. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to keep it simple and easy. I'm going to show a two-part guide that will focus on the main instigators of tight, locked up, stiff, achy hips. If you're looking to get the best results, go through both parts, go through the exercises, and take what works best for you. As a bonus, all of these exercises can be done at home, do not require any special equipment, and may give quick hip pain relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started. In the first part, we're going to focus on unlocking a tight, achy hip with some great mobility exercises. And we're going to make it easy by focusing on the main muscle groups, the main instigators of hip pain. This first exercise is known as a windshield wiper, and we're going to focus on external and internal rotation of the hip. That is turning the hips inwards and outwards, which can become problematic for anybody that has hip arthritis or other issues going on. Let's start off on a floor. What I'm going to do is slightly bend my knees and then put my heels a little bit more than hip width apart. The weight of our legs are going to be pressed into the floor on our heels just like this. You can straighten your arms and just put them behind you for stability. The movement, just like a windshield wiper, it's very easy. What I'm going to do is take one side's knee and then take it towards the other side's heel. So let's position our feet where we're going to be able to do this. So watch how I do this. I'm taking one side's knee inwards and touching the other side's heel. What this is going to do is cause one hip to go inwards into internal rotation while the other side goes into external rotation. So you're working both hips at the same time. That's why this exercise is so wonderful. When you do this, you want to try to take both knees down towards the floor as much as you can. What you want to do from there is just hold this one comfortably for about 2 to 3 seconds. Come back up and then just simply repeat on the other side. But you want to do this one nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 complete repetitions. While doing this also, you may find that one side just doesn't have the flexibility, or it's really a struggle to take the knee downwards. That's where we're going to stop and make note of that. What you can do is take the hand on that side, like let's say my left knee doesn't want to go down all the way into rotation right here. I'm going to press slightly downwards, my knee downwards towards the floor, to get a very good passive stretch, but this should not cause any discomfort. Hold this for about 5 seconds, relax, and you can repeat this just a couple more times. But go through all of these motions, and if you feel like one side needs a little bit more attention, throw some more repetitions in there. Always concentrate on the movements and areas that just need it a little bit more. So here is a wonderful hip pain relief exercise that's going to focus on hitting a lot of muscles across the lower back, pelvis, hips, and also the legs. It's known as a frog rock back, and it really focuses on two big instigators of hip pain, which are the adductors inside the leg right here, and also the hip flexors. This one can be done in bed or on a floor. Let's just start off on all fours just like this. It's a very easy 3-part process. In the first part, let's tuck the chin towards our chest just like this and then put our feet together. The next movement, I'm going to take my knees and then slide them away from me, directly away from me as much as I can. The more that we slide them away, the more intense a stretch is going to be felt inside the front part of the leg. That's the adductors starting to fire, so really focus on that. Once we feel a very deep but comfortable stretch, from there we're going to do our rock back. That is just simply rocking our whole body, kind of like taking our butt down towards our heels. This will really intensify that stretch, so only go to your comfort level. Once we hit a very comfortable stretch, let's hold this one for about 15 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing too. The more that you relax, the better the treatment. From there, we're just going to come back up to our starting position just like this. I want to focus a little bit more into hip rotation at this point. So I'm going to lift my feet up just like this and then take my feet outwards. The more that we go out, the more that you're going to feel a turning motion into the hips. And it usually feels really, really good. Hold this position for about 5 seconds. From there, we're just going to relax and go back into that starting position. In the next part, we're going to do a little bit more for the hip flexors by just rocking forward this time. So I'm just going to go with my body weight forward as much as we can. And this one, you should definitely feel more into the groin. You should also feel it into the legs. So go forward as much as you can. Do this for about 15 seconds. From there, we're just going to relax and then come back up to our starting position. On the next repetition, let's try to drive the knees out just a little bit more to really activate those adductors just a tiny bit more. Always challenge yourself. But you want to do this nice and slowly, this whole complete cycle, for about 3 to 5 repetitions. And again, always stretch into it just a little bit more to put more flexibility and mobility into the pelvis and hips, and hopefully get some quick hip pain relief. With this exercise, we're going to focus on 2 other big instigators of hip pain, which are a tight IT band or iliotibial band and glute buttocks. This is a 2-part exercise that you can do in bed or on a floor. Just start off on our back like this. Knees are going to be bent, feet are going to be flat. What I'm going to do is take one leg up and place the top leg's ankle over the bottom side's knee. So in this case, it's my left ankle resting on the outside of my right knee. Whatever side is on top, we're going to use that leg strength to take the bottom side's knee in the opposite direction. So I'm using my left leg to rotate my right knee in the other side's direction. Let's try to keep our lower back and upper back flat as possible during this exercise. And also keep the bottom leg's foot flat, so don't raise it up like this. But the more that we go over, the more that you're going to feel it really stretch into the outside of the leg. That's the IT band starting to fire. Keep going until we feel a very deep stretch and it's really activating across the hip. Once we hit that point, let's hold this one for about 15 to 20 seconds. From there, you can relax, take a breather. On the next repetition, try to stretch into it just a little bit more to fire everything. But you want to do this one nice and comfortably for about 3 to 5 complete repetitions. How we can focus a little bit more into the glute buttocks is with a wonderful exercise known as a figure 4, or if you're into yoga, it is known as a pigeon pose. I'm going to modify it though, that it'll target a little bit more across the hip. So let's just take one leg up again. In this case, I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to rest my right ankle over my left knee. So the top leg's ankle is going to rest over the bottom side's knee. We're also going to keep the foot flat on the bottom side again for this, for kind of like a stable anchor point. The movement from here is very easy. Whatever side is on top, in this case it's my right, I'm going to rotate my whole lower body through the hips in the opposite direction. And you can take your hand too and pull over just a little bit to intensify that stretch. But the more that you go over, the more that you're going to really feel it through the glutes buttocks. You'll also hit a muscle called the piriformis, which if you're unfamiliar with the piriformis, can cause pseudosciatica, which is not a good time. So really focus on feeling into the glute buttocks with this one. Hold it for about 15 to 20 seconds. Just relax, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with both of these exercises, what I would do is focus on doing them on both sides to keep them in balance. So without a doubt, if we not only want to get rid of hip pain, but also help prevent it for good, we have to strengthen everything in and around the hip. Here is a wonderful strengthening exercise that's going to put a little bit more focus onto the glute buttocks. I call this the wall kick. What I'm going to do is start off with my body flush against a wall. The bottom side, I'm going to keep that knee bent, push down into the floor, and then take the foot right here, press into the wall for a little bit more of a stability point. The top leg is going to be straight, just like this, and you do probably notice that I put a towel over my foot. That's to help take friction out of this movement, but you can just use thick socks also. I'm just going to rest my head like this, try to keep my back as straight as possible. The movement is very easy. Top leg is going to be straight. I'm going to press with my heel into the wall and then go up in an arc like this. The more that we go up, the more that you're going to feel it activate into the inner part of the leg, pretty much all throughout the leg, hips and pelvis. Really focus on feeling it into the hips and also the glute buttocks. Hold this right here comfortably for about 3 seconds. You're just going to come back down like this, take a breather, and then slowly repeat this. On the next repetition, try to challenge yourself by taking the leg up just a little bit more. Do this one nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 repetitions. And when you're done on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. With this exercise, we're going to focus on strengthening rotation of the hips. This is known as a knee tap, and it's very easy to do. I'm going to start off on a floor just like this. Let's position our weight on the balls of our feet. I'm going to straighten my arms, place them off to the side right here so they're a little bit more than our knee width. Kind of lean into it also, put some weight on your fingers right here for a stability point. The movement, what I'm going to do is bring one knee downwards towards the middle like this. I'm not going to touch the floor. I'm going to let the knee hover. This will cause us to really engage those muscles into the hip, while the other knee then goes outwards as much as we can. You should feel internal rotation with the knee going towards the floor. The one going away is going to go outwards into external rotation of the hip. This can become very challenging. What we're trying to do is build strength and stability throughout the hips and pelvis. Hold this for about 5 seconds if you're able to. From there, you're just going to come back up and relax, and then just simply repeat this on the other side. Do this nice and slowly. You should really feel a lot of those muscles engage, but you want to do this for about 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. From there, take a breather, and if you feel like you have a little bit more in you, you can do this for about 3 complete sets. If you do want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can take your hands off, and let's see if I can do this one. Put your hands into a prayer position and then just slowly go down with one hip and just tap it, come back up, and then just simply repeat on the other side. I definitely noticed that I have a little bit more of a challenge on this right side, but go through these motions. If you do feel like one side needs just a little bit more attention, make note of that, throw some more reps in, always target the spots and movements that need it the most. Here's a great hip strengthening exercise that's also going to build a lot of stability across the core muscles, lower back, hips, and pelvis. It's known as a door hip thruster because we're going to go next to a wall or a door. Just lie on your back like this. Hips and our knees are going to be in a straight line, knees bent roughly at 90 degrees. Also, my legs right here will be hip width apart. I'm going to use my legs to drive into the door with my heels. I tend to wear shoes with this exercise because I have more grip, but if you are worried about leaving marks on your door or your wall, just use clean bare feet instead. Movement is very easy. Just take your hands, place them on the hips like this. We're thrusting our whole pelvis and hips upwards as much as we can. You'll feel a lot activate into the core muscles, lower back, glute buttocks, throughout the legs, everything around the hips and pelvis. You want to focus on really feeling it into the hips. Hold this one for about 3 seconds. From there, you're just going to relax, take a breather, and then on the next repetition, try to thrust up just a little bit more. Always challenge those muscles. You want to do this one nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 complete repetitions. How we can take this one to the next level and focus a little bit more on the inner part of the legs with the adductors is to do a frog style thruster. So I'm going to put my feet together like this. I'm going to press with my heels in with each other and then take my toes outwards like this. This will cause the knees to go outwards. Do this as much as you can until you feel a comfortable stretch in the inner part of the leg and also into the hips. From here, we're going to do the same movement. We're going to drive into the door with our heels and then lift upwards with our pelvis and hips. And you'll notice this really targets the inner part of the thigh right here. So focus on feeling it there and also into the hips. 3-second holds, you're going to relax, take a breather, and then just simply repeat this 10 to 15 times. To challenge yourself more, just drive the knees out with each repetition to really focus on firing those muscles. But I hope that this builds a lot of strength and stability and gets rid of that hip pain for good. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching.